Hey, this is Brian. Welcome to the members section of Philosopher's Notes. I am honored that you chose to invest your money and your time into Philosopher's Notes. I put about 2 years into creating this product, and I just doing the reading and writing, and I've spent another 2.5 years creating the business, making this site as beautiful, as elegant, as simple as we possibly can, so you can make this experience just as fun and as inspiring and empowering as possible, and give you more wisdom in less time. That's the whole point of Philosopher's Notes. So you'll notice a couple of important things. Number one, you should see that you can one-click download. You can click and get every single one of the PDFs in a simple zip folder instantaneously. And you can do the same thing for the MP3s. The MP3s are going to take longer to download because they're huge. They're 20 minutes each. I don't know how big it is, but it's reasonably big. And then the PDFs are much smaller. So be patient while you're downloading the MP3s. And if you have any questions at all, just email support@philosophersnotes.com, support@philosophersnotes.com, and one of our assistant philosophers will make sure that you are as happy as possible. We've got an awesome team, and we pride ourselves in giving you great service. So hopefully you'll experience that if you have any challenges. And you can also email me anytime, Brian, B-R-I-A-N, @philosophersnotes.com. It's my personal email address. Send me an email if you ever want to share anything, and I promise to do my best to get back to you quickly. And yeah, so another question I get often is, where should I start? Well, you can start anywhere. I say follow your heart. That's a big theme to Philosopher's Notes, and one of the things that I want to encourage you to do throughout your experience with these notes, and you'll see I repeat it again and again and again. Trust thyself, Ralph Waldo Emerson says. Follow your bliss, Joseph Campbell says. So trust yourself, follow your bliss. If you feel inspired to start with old school classics, go for it. Those are personally some of my favorite ones. They're old school. Many of you may have heard of them. Some of you might not have, but they're awesome. It's kind of the underpinnings of our wisdom, and that has influenced our culture across millennia. That's a pretty cool thing. So I like to start there. And then we've got the positive psychologist. I'm passionate about understanding what we know scientifically boosts our levels of happiness. Things like exercise. We know scientifically that exercise is as effective as Zoloft in reducing depression. We have studies that prove that. So why don't we know that? Why isn't that every other commercial on TV, you know? Exercise, exercise, exercise. We know that increases our happiness. So does gratitude. So does having a purpose and setting goals and having optimism. We know these things scientifically. So you may want to check out the positive psychology classics. You'll see on the right-hand side of your screen, we've got different categories. You can peruse through that. We've got my favorite ones. Frankly, they're all my favorite, but I picked a few that I thought were a little eclectic mix that you might enjoy. We've also got the 20th century classics, we've got modern day classics, we've got abundance classics. You might want to jump into the abundance classics right away. I've pulled out the great stuff from those ones, and they're all going to tell us improve your consciousness. The greatest asset you can ever have is the conscious control of your own life. It's your own mind. So whether you start on abundance classics or you start on old school classics, you're going to be improving your ability to generate wealth. I guarantee you that. As long as you're not just reading, but living these truths. So start wherever you want and then kind of follow. I mentioned in the notes, if you like this one, you'll probably like this one. You might want to do a note by the same author. A few of them I've done several notes on. Wayne Dyer, Joseph Campbell, Esther and Jerry Hicks. These are a few of the authors who I've done more than one note on. Tal Ben-Shahar, another guy I've done a couple on. So start wherever you want, trust yourself, have fun, and then most importantly, live this stuff. You're going to hear me say this again and again and again throughout the notes. And as I evolve my philosophy, I'm saying it more and more and more and more. You've got to live this stuff. It's not about reading it. It's not about an intellectual understanding. I want to revolutionize the idea of what a philosopher is. I playfully and deliberately call myself a philosopher and name the business Philosopher's Notes because a philosopher is a lover of wisdom. It's someone who loves wisdom, is so in love with life that they just passionately pursue knowledge of how to live optimally. But they don't stop there. They apply what they know. They live with integrity to their ideals and to the ideas that resonate with them. So I challenge you as you read this, the notes, and listen to the notes and watch the PNTV episodes, which are all pretty cool, by the way, so you can check that out as well. Each book has its own PNTV episode. That's 1,000 more minutes, 15 hours more of free content that anyone can access. But you might like to supplement your reading and your listening with the PNTV videos. But as you do that, and as you immerse yourself in this, live the stuff that resonates with you. Live it, live it, live it, live it. In the book I'm writing right now, I call it, well, Michael Beckwith calls it spiritual constipation. When you have ideas you believe in, but you don't live them, you get spiritual constipation. I call it spiritual farts. You start stinking up your life. You stink up the room. You're kind of a hypocrite, you know? You talk about ideas, and I do this way more than I want to, and I'm continuing to polish it. But it's just not good when you know something but you don't live it. So let's live it. And let's get rid of the spiritual constipation, the spiritual farts, and live our truths. You're going to see that theme again and again and again. And I really hope that you take this stuff, you live it, and then you create your own philosophy. Create your own philosopher's notes. Outline the things that mean the most to you. What are your favorite 10 big ideas? Your favorite 25, your favorite 50? And just go out and rock it. And right now I'm also working on something called Optimal Living 101, where I distill all these 1,000 big ideas into something that's a practical, inspiring, fun, smart philosophy that I'm committed to living. And you might dig that. So we're just launching that now as I record this. You can check it out at optimalliving101.com. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff there as well. And I'm just excited to share this with you again. Thank you so much for believing in me and investing in me and supporting me and our business and our work. I really hope you love it. And if you do and you feel transformed, I'd love to hear from you too. So Brian at Philosopher's Notes, that's my personal email address. And there you go. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome month, an awesome year, an awesome decade, an awesome life. And I hope to share much of that with you. All right. Talk to you soon. See ya.